6:30, Dan, didn't open it.
All right. Call this meeting open. Jen, you take the roll?
Roll call, Barb Ben.
Here.
Jeff Rude.
Here.
Dan Nolan.
Here.
David Meyer.
Here.
Scott Ostrander is absent, but we have a quorum, so we can move on.
All right. We'll hear additions to the agenda if there are any.
Nope, first we're gonna swear in David Meyer.
Well, I've got him number 3 on mine.
Oh. You've got the original.
The old one?
It might be.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that. I got what's on it.
The other stuff will be okay.
I got the real one here. Number 2, swearing in.
David, if you could stand up, please. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David Meyer,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of
the
Illinois,
laws and ordinances of the Village of Shabbona,
and the laws and ordinances of the Village of Shabbona,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Zoning Board/Planning Commissioner
of the office of the Zoning Board/Planning Commission
to the best of your ability.
to the best of my ability.
Awesome. Before you go today, I just need you to sign there
Okay.
and turn it in to me.
Welcome to the group. All right. Now we'll hear additions to the agenda, if any. Hearing none, we'll need approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve it?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, that gets us to the public hearing, part of this meeting, for 501 West Comanche Avenue for existing multifamily/apartment building, changing zoning district from C2 service retail to MU mixed-use district. This is where we open the floor to public comments. if any. How long do we wait, Jen?
We can move on.
Alright. Zoning Board Planning Commission discussion on such property. From what I know, not very lot. Built in the '70s sometime, put in a retail district. Originally, it did have retail on the east end. I can remember a video store, maybe some tanning beds, things like that in the past. I don't know, under new ownership or the next owner, that went away. It looks to me like it's 8 units, 4 up, 4 down, and a single unit in that single story to the east.
And that east unit is not used as an apartment,
Oh, okay.
so
That's what the paperwork says. It is a unit, but it must not be occupied.
it's not occupied.
So I hope everybody got by the property, from the public easement. I can officially report that both neighborhood watches are working effectively. If you pull up in the neighborhood with your truck and you flip papers behind the steering wheel, you're gonna bring some neighbors out. Nobody asked me who I was, but they definitely had both parcels. They definitely knew I was there. So, but, I didn't see too much from the road. Like I say, I think it's the lending facility that's asked for the change.
Yeah, it's up for sale and the contract's on hold because the lending facility said the zoning needs to match what it's currently being used for, and it doesn't. So this is the village, Frank said, let's change it so that they can make the sale. And just kind of some history on it, it sold in 92, 96, and 2002. And all of the zoning dates were 96 and 2009. So pretty much, looking back at it, it all must be, no, it hasn't sold since 2002 and 2009 is when a bunch of it came into play.
Was R2 considered?
That was, it's residential 2, it does include multifamily. It does not include commercial, whereas mixed use will include the commercial use in one area.
Does the property currently, it's being grandfathered in, so it doesn't matter, but it's probably out of compliance with what M2 is. Doesn't it have to have 2 acres and something else?
Yeah, I think it does,
Yeah,
but not in this situation.
yeah.
Your grandfather.
That was my question as well.
There needs to be a PUD application and,
Land use.
yeah.
Yeah, minimum lot area of 2 acres or more for mixed use.
Now, Dan, will we be writing up an advisory report for the board to consider on this? We're actually changing the map, right?
Well,
We're not doing a variance here.
No.
It's just a map amendment.
Right. So doesn't that require an advisory report and?
No, all it requires is the zoning board planning commission making a recommendation to the village board.
Yeah. Okay.
And tonight's when we come out of public hearings is when any further discussion the zoning board has, and then the motions are made for whether to recommend or not.
Okay. I just thought I read in the ordinance that there was an advisory report required for these map changes.
In our case, that's the zoning board planning commission. We don't have another board. Bigger municipalities have separate zoning boards and separate planning commissions and a lot more steps.
Any other thoughts?
So we need when we're done, we need a motion to close the public hearing for 501 West Comanche.
We done?
I move that we close the advisory part, public hearing.
Okay,
I'll second it.
thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So then we open the next one up.
Next public hearing?
Yep.
All right. Number 6. Public hearing for front yard setback variance for 506 West Cherokee Avenue for a new front porch. And we go back to public comment.
Just we're having some, work done to our house, siding, roof, new gutters, and we, want to add on to, we just have a little, it's a 4-foot concrete stoop that comes off, we wanna put a front porch, covered front porch on.
Okay. And that'll bring you inside the front setback.
Yeah, well, the house is actually already, it's supposed to be 30 feet in the house, the front of the house is at 28.
Is it?
And we have a 4-foot stoop in the front of that, plus, concrete steps and walk coming out, and a concrete structure out, that comes out about. 10 feet,
Yeah, it goes even further.
Further than what
you're
the porch
wanting
would,
to do.
Okay.
This is another one based on sales dates, was built and done prior to any, to the 1996 zoning setback for the 30 feet. Because I went back to the previous zoning, there was no setback in there for,
This won't be a habitable area, is that correct?
No,
No,
And it's not gonna be enclosed.
no,
no, just
just covered.
Okay.
I did make a note up there at the top. I said, I appreciate the detail and paperwork.
Did you get
Yeah,
everything?
yeah.
I do have,
Very good.
something else I wanna show you when we're done here.
Okay.
well, you probably should just say it now because
Oh, man,
it needs
Well-
public record now. Jen probably already showed it anyway, but
we did get,
someone tried to scam us.
turned out it was a scam, but
Send us
the
a
reason I
five.
wanted to show it to you is it has your name on it.
Oh, does it?
It's, yeah, an invoice from Planning and Zoning Commission, Village of Shabbona. Right here where we stand, sent to our contractor with a $4,953 invoice due by wire transfer before this meeting.
Oh,
Exactly what I get for attending this meeting.
Yeah.
For the penny.
But in the email body, it wasn't, I went over this with Jen, so she straightened it out for me and told me it was a scam, but they put your name on the bottom of it,
I'm famous.
right there, so I'm not
Sure,
sure
right and
where.
everything.
Yeah, they spell your name right, they had, this is the email address that it came from.
Wow.
So that's going on, just so, I don't know, it's something maybe it'd be worth talking to the sheriff's department about. I'm not sure who the target was, but if I had just a little bit more money and didn't wanna mess with it, I probably would have not thought about it, so, oh, here you go, you know?
did you get the money then, Dan?
Yeah, it pays to be vigilant, that's for sure.
Maybe they got that.
I let Dan know very quickly when he texted me this morning that
That's what they
the
said.
contractor had already paid the $150 variance application, and that was it for the
Worth a
variance.
try, I guess.
There
Yeah.
was no additional funding needed.
We were very happy to hear.
And that was nothing like my
Yeah.
name would be on the invoice, and it's nothing like the
We
invoice.
were ready to
So,
scrap the whole plan.
Oh.
Okay, that's too much.
Well,
Yeah, I guess, Dan, we've done a few of these in the past, and I don't know, the concern that always comes back to me is neighbor's sightline. And the standard question I usually ask is pretty much what David asked, or privacy walls, things like that.
yeah, I went down and looked at it. And there's, what is, you're asking for, setback to 22, is that correct, or are the numbers off now?
It's about 22 because, yeah, the house
Yeah,
is
we-
about 30.
According to
and
the
the
documents,
house is
it's
Yeah.
29 with a 7-foot
Yeah,
kick up.
Okay.
that's right. Neighbors have all signed, I mean, we talked to all of our neighbors, they've all signed off on it.
And on maybe the east side of the house, there's a line of evergreens there anyway, so it's not gonna.
Yeah, I saw that when I was there too. Yeah, I saw that. It's just that the question we always ask, and it could always change after the meeting or years down the road, but The thing you like to avoid is when somebody else, your neighbor on either side, steps out their front door, they can still see down the street to see what's coming for multiple reasons.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're just looking at, porch posts and a deck, it's pretty much a way up.
Right, and we're set back, I don't know if we're actually back a little bit further than Tom and Doug. So when they come out on their patio, they'd see probably as far as the evergreens on the other side of our house.
Right, and it's the same thing why we don't put fences in the front yards.
Right.
Things like that, it's just sightline, and it is kinda nice that, not every house is set back the same, but it is nice to have them on the same basic line, but yeah, if we're just looking at porch posts and a deck, it should be a nice space.
Yeah, we're
It's
hoping so.
It's an interesting neighborhood compared to mine, I'm always amazed how many people are down there, young people, there's always kids back and forth to school and stuff, we don't have that so much in our neighborhood anymore. Well, it did when we moved in, but not so much.
Well, you were young when you moved.
Well, I was younger. Yeah. But, yeah, it's an interesting neighborhood, I like it, it's busy down there, it's good.
We're getting some kids, huh?
Yeah, we're picking some up on the corners.
Jen, the setback will be what, 22?
About 22 feet instead of 29. That's based on the drawings that their contractor did.
Yeah. I was looking, I think, on the plat. My eyes are getting bad, but the numbers were kind of vague. I was trying to find that setback number to the front of your house. But you take your word for it on the 22 feet. But yeah, it'd be a nice addition to the front. Somewhere to go. Yeah. It's always nice to sit front.
I think it'll look really nice with, you're talking new siding
Yeah.
and roof and gutters, so I mean, it's not like it's gonna be added on and stick out like a sore thumb, it's gonna blend and be
Yeah.
seamless.
It'll be really nice.
Yeah, we weren't planning the roof until they pointed that out to us.
Yeah.
We had already had 3 layers on it.
Yeah.
Time to do it.
Do it all, do it all, it'll last us for, long enough.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah, it'll look nice, we're going with a shake shingle siding on the front, and then, horizontal siding on the rest of the house.
So the public comments section, Jen?
We're at the, if there's no more comments or discussion, to motion to close the hearing for this one.
Panel have any more questions?
Do you need a motion to accept the variance?
No, we're not there yet.
Comes later.
We do that out in the meeting portion of it, not in the public hearing portion.
Any more questions, discussion?
I move we close the public hearing number 2, or 5, or 6, or whatever.
Number 6.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Alright. Moves us on to number 7. I think, finding of facts and recommendation for 501 West Comanche Avenue zoning district amendment. Everybody had this worksheet in their packet?
The last page. 31, 32.
You can keep it.
I don't know if we need to go through these one-to-one, Jen, or?
Do Comanche first and then Cherokee.
Well, I'm in every question, but if you want us to, we can. 1A for 501 would be,
I have a question about procedure here.
okay.
How does this apply to the map change?
I think you,
This is for zoning text amendment.
mm-hmm.
Yes, but the first few questions do kind of apply.
Well, yeah, you can make them apply, but they're not gonna.
Because the
That's
sale
why I was
falls through.
asking
If
about-
the zoning doesn't change, the sale falls through.
I understand that. But, that's why I was asking about the advisory report. That's more consistent with a map change.
Yeah, I think it is in some municipalities. formally in the past, David, we've made our recommendation to the village board and then they approve or decline.
I'm just asking about procedure, that's all.
I guess this is the way we do it.
Okay.
We can go through these, Jen, if you want. We'll go 1A first. And the property in question yield a reasonable return if permitted to be used only under the conditions allowed by the regulations in that zoning district. I answered no. Anybody else? Agreed?
In this, yeah.
B is the plight of the owner due to unique circumstances? Did you put Jeff?
Yes. I would say just because this is kind of grandfathered in.
Sure. C, if the variation is granted, will it alter the essential character of the locality? I had no. We'll do the rest. 2, for the purpose of supplementing the above standards under the respective difficulties or particular hardships, the zoning board of appeals shall also take into consideration the extent to which the following facts favorable to the applicant have been established into evidence. 2A is would the particular physical surrounding, shape, or topographical conditions of the specific property involved would bring a particular hardship upon the owner as distinguished from a mere inconvenience if the strict letter of the regulation were to be carried out. I thought I was gonna make that all in one breath, but I didn't. It's a lot there.
That was kind of the sight line.
Right.
Right.
But that would be for 506, we're on 501.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I had yes also. Barb? David?
Yes.
The conditions upon which petition for the variation are based generally applicable to other property within the same zoning district. I have no.
It's kind of unique, yeah.
And C, would the granting of the variation be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property or improvements in the neighborhood in which the property is located? I didn't think so.
No?
David?
No.
That gets us to the bottom. The zoning board of appeals may recommend and the village board may require such conditions and restrictions upon the premises benefited by a variation as may be necessary to comply with the standards set forth in this section 32(7)(1), the injurious effect of such variation upon other property in the neighborhood, and to implement the general purpose and intent of this ordinance. If there are any conditions or restrictions, specify them below.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. We're talking about apartments right now.
Yeah, 501.
I will say this is the only property in C2 that is not zoned for what it's used for multifamily.
No.
Wise.
So it's the outlier. None.
Not used for,
Currently not zoned for multifamily apartment use.
You wanna do the backside too, Jen? Zoning text amendment.
Pretty much those are just things to consider and
Okay.
everybody can read through them and any discussion and
Alright.
then it's a motion to recommend or not recommend changing the zoning district when they're ready.
Can I make the motion?
Hmm?
I'll do it. I'll make the motion to amend the zoning map to mixed use.
Second.
I forget if you say all three or five.
Roll call.
Alright,
Roll call vote, Dan Nolan,
yes.
Jeff Rude,
Yes.
Barb Ben,
yes.
David Meyer,
Yes.
and Scott's absent, so it motion carries.
Alright. Takes us on to 506 West Cherokee. Variance for the front setback. And then my answer is another column on the same sheet. You want me to read all that again? I'll do it.
I don't think so, I think you can, otherwise just do a yes or no.
All right. Let's do an A, yes or no. Everybody knows the script.
No.
Yeah. You a yes?
Reasonable return to who? Homeowners?
That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Homeowner, the applicant. Yeah, no. Right?
I said yes for yielding a reasonable return.
Yeah, I agree. That's a yes.
Where is using, okay, I see it.
For 1A.
Yeah.
All right, B, is the plight of the owner due to unique circumstances? No. Unique, no. Barb?
No.
If the variation is granted, will it alter the essential character of the locality? No, I don't think so.
Will improve it.
All right. On to 2A, with the particular physical surrounding shape or topographical conditions, and reading it again, the specific property involved would bring a particular hardship upon the owner as is distinguished from a mere inconvenience if the strict letter of the regulation were to be carried out.
No.
Not a hardship, I don't believe.
Barb?
No.
B.
No.
Are the conditions upon which a petition for the variation are based generally applicable to other property within the same zoning district?
It could be in the future, I suppose.
Sure. Last one, would the granting of the variation be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property or improvements in the neighborhood in which the property is located?
No.
I don't know.
I'd like to add a condition.
Okay.
I think we should prohibit future conversion of the porch to, a habitable space.
I mean, a 3-season porch?
Yeah.
It's roughly a 3-season
Yeah.
porch, otherwise it's a room addition.
I mean, they're not gonna enclose it now, which doesn't prohibit, the view. I recognize you got a shield on one side. The other side, it's open, you can see that.
Yeah.
But, I'm just suggesting that maybe it'd be limited to, an unenclosed area.
Okay, so you want to add the possibility for a 3-season porch, an enclosed porch.
If they so desire, they could come back to the board.
Okay. Jen's noted that. Ready for the motion?
What is the PIN number?
What's that?
You should probably make a motion specific with the PIN number or address.
It's here.
Yep, you got it?
506 West Cherokee.
Okay.
So it'd be a motion to recommend a front setback of 22 feet or with condition as specified.
Or and.
two options for the motion. To recommend just the setback, or you can recommend the variance with condition that they cannot wall it in or create a habitable space.
I'll make a motion to allow the variance for a 22-foot setback for 506 West Cherokee Avenue with the condition that the porch will not be enclosed.
It will need a second. I'll second.
So it'll be a roll call vote to recommend the variance with the condition of not being made a habitable space, but allowing the front setback of 22 feet. David Meyer,
Yes.
Dan Nolan,
Yes.
Jeff Rude,
Yes.
Barb Ben,
Yes.
Scott's absent, motion carries. So for both of those, they will be presented to the village board at the September 18th regular board meeting.
So do we have to wait on construction until then?
Yeah, because our building inspector won't sign off on the plan review
Okay,
without the approval.
okay.
What's that date? Village board meeting?
9/18, 2 weeks.
You could bring in materials, couldn't you, and stay.
Oh, we're not doing anything, they can just, they'll do it.
Alright, Jen, we got up to new old business? That's you, isn't it?
Yeah, if any of you guys have anything, you guys too, or Frank had anything. So if you haven't went online, all of our codes, ordinances are online now, so there's no more code books. So you can use keywords to search, and if you key in like saloon, it'll bring up everything for tavern or bar as well. So, which was a problem in the past. There is a few months delay because they do quarterly codification, meaning any ordinances approved get codified every quarter. They should be starting them this month. But all ordinances pending codification are labeled ordinances pending codification, so they're all listed in there. If you're ever looking for something and can't find it, just let me know. And then there are 2 open seats on the zoning board. If you have anyone that may be interested or you'd recommend, let Frank or I know. You let me know, I let Frank know.
Got to kidnap somebody to.
Karen Nolan.
I don't think you want it. I think that one over.
That was all I had.
Alright, so we're at motion to adjourn. Okay,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're out. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, yeah.
Oh, forward it to you, yeah, we can do that.
My email
You
keep this?
is Joshua Snyder.
You keep it?
Yes, we can do that.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Sure.